Hi there, Aries. Welcome back. All right. We're going to get into this. We're going to see what it is that you need to be aware of for this week. Spirit, give us a clear, concise message here for Aries. What does Aries need to know, or what is coming toward Aries this week? After this one, guys, I'm going to do another one. I'm going to see what is going on or what's coming toward you in love after this one. So this is going to be a 2-in-1 reading. Spirit, give us a clear, concise message here. What does Aries have coming towards them this week? Unless it's that's what comes out in this reading. So then I won't be doing a second one. I want it to come out. Okay. Let's see what we got so far. Knight of Blades in reverse coming out. 3 of Coins in reverse. So, okay. Looks like you got somebody in your, possibly your neighborhood or your community. This person has it out for you. Could be a Libra, could be a Gemini or an Aquarius. Wow. Okay. So there's something about your stability, how you make your money. This person's upset about it. They don't like it. I'm going to get some verifying cards. Let's see. Spirit, give us a clear, concise message here for Aries. Tell me more about this. Okay, so this person is like using people. That's what I'm getting. This person is like using people from the neighborhood to come in and do their dirty work. People from your community, flying monkeys. That's what it is. Flying monkeys. This is somebody who's really arrogant. So when you hear them, you'll hear them being really loud. Okay, so like if you walk in the room, all of a sudden they get quiet. But normally they're loud, right? So you might actually work with this person, okay? And that might be for one of you. Or maybe they are working rather volunteering where you are volunteering. I honestly don't know where I'm getting that from, but that could be a situation for one of you where you're volunteering somewhere and this person volunteers at the same place. And I see this person as coming in and causing chaos wherever they go. Being aggressive, maybe even toward you or other people, being reckless, like causing mayhem. Mayhem, is that how you say it? Like mayhem. I think that's how you say it, where you're causing chaos, right? Or you're causing things to break, or you're causing things to fall down, right? And it's all with this energy of trying to get people not to work together. So they're trying to break down a group who is supposed to be working together as a team, right? But I see this person as coming in and like trying to destroy it, like so that the team would not be productive. Okay, but I feel for one of you, this is also aimed at you specifically. So it's not just that they don't want the team to be productive, but it's also toward you. The aggression is toward you. I think this person is very impulsive. So whatever little thought that comes to their head, they just like spit it out of their mouth, right? They can't hold it in. So if they see something, it doesn't matter how rude it is, they will say it, to anybody, not just you. This person is this way with anybody. So when this person talks, I don't even want to be around somebody like this. You know what I mean? I'm hearing this person doesn't have any appreciation for anything, for anybody who does anything for them at all. Nothing. But I'm also seeing that this person, so they act like they can't hold it in, they can't hold their tongue, but it does look like when it comes to one specific person, they are able to. And it's somebody who is like the authority figure, somebody who's the boss, or somebody who has power to do something that they don't want that person to do. Yeah, for whatever reason, I'm picturing somebody like knocking things over on shelves. So maybe you work at a convenience store or a store like Walmart or something, and this person comes in, or they work there or something, and they purposely disorganize things, and they think it's funny. You know what I mean? They think it's hilarious to put jelly jars with mayonnaise jars or whatever, and they think it's funny. But I guarantee you, they don't do this in front of the boss. Okay, they don't do this in front of the person who has the authority to do something about it. You know what I mean? But I do see here that the boss is around, but I don't see this person doing things in front of the boss. Because it looks like when the big boss comes around, this person all of a sudden, they're very cautious. They don't break anything. They don't put things out of order. You know what I mean? This person is upset with your stability. Something about your stability. It's um it's causing some kind of inner conflict for this person. Let me see what else came out. This is what came out. Huh. So this person feels like for whatever reason, okay, so what I'm getting, this person feels like they have a disadvantage to you. And it's causing them some kind of mental conflict. I don't understand why they feel like they have a disadvantage, but they do. They feel like they have a disadvantage to you, and it's like something that it's keeping them from being able to focus. And it might have something to do with you being in a relationship with somebody or them wanting you to end a relationship with somebody. This relationship does not have to be romantic. This could simply be your friends with somebody. This could be like your buddy buddy with somebody, and this person doesn't like it. It's making them angry. I see this person as watching you. So, whatever reason, this person would rather watch what you have going on and who are you talking to because they're having some kind of mental conflict going on, thinking that you are getting some kind of advantage because of a relationship, because of somebody you're talking to or you're hanging out with. Tell me more, Spirit. Give us a clear, concise message here for Aries, please and thank you. So it has something to do with that. And this person is like wanting to make you look bad or give you a bad reputation for whatever reason. Oh man, they are watching you. So they feel like they're stuck in some kind of job or something. And it's like they're taking their anger out with you because they're stuck in a dead end job or something like that. And you know what else I'm seeing here? It looks like this person thinks that it looks like they think that they're going to get away with this because of something about them being able to lie about something. Tell me more, Spirit. Something about them being able to lie or them not telling the truth. And you know, oops. Can y'all hear me now? Okay. Sorry about that. It looks like this person is trying to make things appear a certain kind of way. What is it that they're trying to do? King of Cups. Tell me more. What are they trying to do? Huh. Okay. You know what I'm getting? I'm getting that this person is trying to make it seem like they're this loving, caring person, very mature person. You know, they're a good person. They don't do things wrong. That kind of thing. And they're trying to make it seem like they're having to defend themselves against you. So this is part of the lie that this person is saying. Like as though you're the aggressor, as though you're the one that is like causing problems, or you're the one that is mixing things up. There's something about mixing something up. And in my mind's eye, I'm seeing like mayonnaise and jelly being put together. on the same shelf or something like that, right? It's like they're trying to make it seem like it's them. They're the one that is just protecting themselves from you, you know, and you're the troublemaker, not them. And they're trying to make it seem like as though you're the one that is watching them, not the other way around. Wow. So they're flipping everything around and trying to make things appear a certain kind of way. This is where they're lying and they're causing more confusion around with everybody. You know what I mean? Not just with you, with everybody. But specifically, it is targeted toward you because of a relationship. So they want you to end it. They want you to stop talking to somebody. Is it is the person Aries talking to, is that this person's ex or something? Yes or no? Or somebody that they're interested. Let's see. I have to ask one question because okay, is this person that Aries is talking to? Is it this person's ex? Let's see what comes out. Is it this person's ex spirit? Yes or no? Let's see what it is. No, it's not their ex. Is this somebody that this person is interested? Yes or no? Please and thank you. Should I take it? Just wanted to come out. Okay. Yes. It's somebody that they're interested in. So you are talking to somebody that they're interested in. Is Aries dating this person? I'm just curious. I'm just being nosy. No, you're not dating that person. Okay, so you're not dating this person, but this is somebody that that person is interested in. Okay, so is this person that Aries talking to? Okay, so is this person who Aries is talking to, are they interested in Aries in that way? Because this person must be seeing something that is making them act out this way. Okay. Yes. Yes. I believe four coins is yes. And let me check real quick. Let me just verify that one. I don't know all the yeses and nos. And let's find out right now. Huh. Yes. So it is yes. So, okay, so what it is that this person is seeing something. They must have seen something. You know how when you see two people talking to each other and you can tell, especially if you know the person, like this person, more likely, you know, they like somebody, right? So more likely they've been watching that person and they know when that person is acting friendly or overly friendly with somebody, which is what's going on here, you know. So that person is picking up on it like, oh, you know, their person, the one that they like, likes you. Oh, that's why they have it out for you. This is why this person is acting out, and now they're trying to make it look like you're the troublemaker. I get it. Okay, okay. So I get it. This person is trying to get rid of you. If this is at the job, they're trying to get rid of you. If this is a place that you are volunteering at, this person is trying to get rid of you. Mm-hmm. Because you're talking to somebody. They want you to end it. They want you to stop it. They want you to get away from that person. Uh huh. Person could be a Cancer. No, Cancer. Let me see. I said Cancer. I don't know why I said Cancer. Scorpio. I was thinking Scorpio, but I was saying Cancer. That person could also be a Virgo. Let's see. Capricorn. Pisces. Cancer. Yeah. Okay, so I was right. Cancer. Um. Yeah, that's what I got. Okay. So that person could have any of those things in their chart. Could also be a Libra, maybe a Gemini or an Aquarius too. Or you have it in your chart. So that's what this is all about. It's just you're getting attention from somebody else and this person can't take it. That's it. So it's not even anything personal about you. Actually, I see this person as being a troublemaker for everybody and trying to cause as much chaos and frustration for everybody. So it's because they're angry. That's what it is. So when you hear them being arrogant, because I was hearing like you'll be walking by a room or something and you can hear this person talking like really loud, it's because they want you to hear what they're saying and they're doing it on purpose because they're angry. They want like some kind of confrontation. You know what I'm saying? They want a confrontation. They want to like, make it look like you're the aggressor because they don't want to come out as the bad guy. You know what I mean? Never. They don't want to. They don't want that person to look at them like they're the bad guy. You know what I mean? They want them to see you as the bad guy. That's what it is. Ooh, that's what it is. So this person is definitely deflecting everything that they're doing and making it seem like it's you. That's what it is. This is their way of fighting. Okay? This is their way of fighting. This is their way of battling it out with you, right? Without telling you like, hey, stay away from this person or hey, stop talking to this person. This is their way of battling it out with you. And you know what? I'm having two cards here that says that you might be working at a like a food bank or something, or you're working somewhere where it helps people. Okay, that's as far as I can understand. Something that it helps people. So I don't know, maybe a hospital. Hospitals help people. Nursing homes help people. Um, Food banks help people. I can't understand. I don't know what else it could be, but it's somewhere where you're helping people. That's what I got. Hey, working at Walmart is helping people. If you think about it, right? So a convenience store is helping people. So there's a lot of things that could be this kind of situation. I mean, because we need grocery stores. I mean, you know what I mean? Yeah. Okay, so tell me more about the King of Coins spirit. What's going on here? This person's not going to get their way. This person's not going to get their way. Mm-mm. They're not getting their way. Actually, it looks like things are going to not go so good for this person. Tell me more about the Fool spirit. It does look like this person is going to be seen as the person who has ill intentions. And not only that, but it looks like it's going to be seen that this person is the kind of person who is like taking advantage of you. And you know what? There is something about your stability here that this person hates. You are coming in as the king of coins, so this is your energy. So you must make more money than this person, or you have more assets, or you're more determined, or you're more ambitious than this person is. Yeah. You're very focused oriented. So you're coming in as like manager material, right? You're coming in as like somebody who should be the boss. If you're not the boss, you should be the boss, right? You're coming in, I mean, you could tell some people are just born for these kind of positions. Like they just have this certain air about them, you know what I mean? And you do. Whether you are or not doesn't matter. I mean, it's the way you carry yourself. It's your I don't know how to explain it really. Your air. Does that make sense? Uh, I don't know if that makes sense. That might not make sense if you are translating this reading. Um, so I'm trying to think of a way for those who translate my videos. It's kind of like their aura, a person's aura. Like you could feel a person's aura, right? So your aura means is saying like you should be the boss. You're very driven. You're ambitious. You're responsible. You are on top of things. You have a lot of success already. You've learned a lot of lessons in your life already, and it shows. It shows the way that you carry yourself. It shows in the way that you dress. It shows in the way that you speak, right? So this person is picking up on all these things, these cues that say things about you. You know, you don't have to tell people these things about you. People can sense it about you. And this person is really has narrowed in on you specifically because you're talking to their person. So now this person is like really studying you and watching you. So of course they're picking up on it more than people like in the general public would, right? Because this person is paying so close attention to you. There's a good chance that you probably drive a better car than they do. There's a good chance that you dress better than they do. You groom yourself better than they do. Okay, so because you have to remember, this person is comparing themselves to you. You know what I mean? So you are outshining this person, definitely. Especially when it comes to resources, money wise, or material wise, in the material world. So that's why I'm saying, like, you must have better shoes, or you have a better car, you have a better purse, a better wallet, whatever, right? You just have better than them. So this person is like comparing themselves to you. This is what's building this hostility up, and this is why this person is trying to create this atmosphere, or they're trying to create this illusion, right? That you're the one that's jealous of them, but in reality, it's this person is jealous of you. Yeah, they really are. So, anyways, let's go ahead and dig deeper here. I see you protecting yourself, okay? I do see you protecting yourself. So, what should Aries do about this situation, Spirit? Something's telling me to shuffle. No, something's telling me to use the other cards. I'm sorry. Spirit is saying to use these cards. Now shuffle. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's see what your advice is. Because of course you're not gonna just stop talking to your friend. Spirit, what is Aries' advice here about this situation? The High Priestess is coming out. I don't know why I pictured that and then all of a sudden it showed up. Okay. Tell me more. What should Aries do about this situation with this person? How should Aries handle this situation? Ooh, Three of Swords. Ooh. I'm hearing something. Okay. Okay, so this is a little bit longer than I was expecting. Okay. Okay. Let's see what's coming out. Okay. Okay, so, well, I am hearing to hear is to like listen to your own intuition. I'm hearing, sorry, that is my dog that's making that funny noise. Listen to your intuition, bring some kind of truth or reveal some kind of truth here. It's saying to keep your thoughts and your emotions private at this time. Yes. It's saying to use your mind, your intellect to understand the situation. And in other words, you don't want to react, right? Yes, trust your gut. Don't let yourself get stuck. That's what I'm hearing. Don't let yourself get stuck. Okay. So don't let yourself get stuck. I do feel like that has something to do with the trap that this person is creating, this illusion that they're trying to create that you're the aggressor, right? So you don't want to get stuck in that, to use your head, use your intuition. And I'm hearing to bring out to show the truth, right? Reveal the truth. That's what I'm seeing. So you're gonna have to. I don't know how you would do that, but you're gonna have to reveal the truth, especially about how immature this person is acting. Yeah. Hmm. And you're going to have to reveal it to the boss when this person is not looking. So you are going to have to bring it up to the boss. Well, that's a tricky situation. It depends on your relationship with your boss, actually. So, if you're the new person, you really don't want to like be bringing problems to the boss. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to drama. So, do use your own discernment, okay? Because this advice about going to the boss or revealing it to the boss could very well be just for one of you, right? Hmm. But it is saying to reveal something here is about to be brought out to the public. Okay, something's about to be exposed here, but see, it has to be you actively doing this, right? So this is you actively exposing something and making something public. So you might have to do something publicly because if not, this cycle with this person is not going to end. This is something that this it's just going to continuously keep getting worse. Mm. Yeah, you're gonna have to play fire with fire. So for one of you, maybe you're close to your boss, you could bring this issue up to with your boss, right? But for another one of you, mm-mm, I don't think so. Hmm. That's what I have. Um, for one of you, it's saying for you to control the situation. So, okay. So, like, in other words, you need to be the one that's going to handle the situation. All right, guys. That's what I have for you. I hope this helps you knowing. Let's go ahead and see what is coming towards you in love. Love. Yes. Let's go ahead and get into this. We're going to do love next. So if you are still here, we're going to do a love reading. Well, not love reading, but we're going to see what is going on or what's coming towards you in love next, okay? Spirit, give us a clear, concise message here for Aries. What is coming toward Aries in love? That's what we want to know here. Please and thank you. Give us a clear, concise message here for Aries concerning love. Who or what is coming toward Aries concerning love? Please and thank you. Ooh, there it is. Oop, there it is. Oops, there it is. We have the Four of Blades coming out in reverse. We have the Six of Cups coming out. The King of Blades. The Eight of Cups. Death in reverse. The World card. And Tower in reverse. Three more cards. Alright, Spirit. Tell us more. Three more cards. I'm hearing you're getting out of your head about something. This could be somebody from your past or somebody that you've been around for a long time. This could be somebody that you know from school. It could be a Libra, Gemini, or an Aquarius, or they have that in their chart. This is could be somebody that you have walked away from, or you saw this person while you were walking away from their direction, and y'all just like cross paths or something here. Ooh, Aries, I am hearing that this is going to be somebody you already know. You might know them from school, or you might be seeing them near a school. It can also be, yeah, that's what I'm getting, near a school. Or you know them from school, okay? This is like either a new person, maybe for one of you, this is a new person. For another one of you, this is like an old connection. Somebody that you're going to reconnect with. Yeah. And y'all have some, well, you have some kind of shared memories with this person. There's a level of nostalgia. So when you talk to this person, if it's a new person, then y'all are gonna find out that y'all went to the same school. Or y'all had the same teacher, right? Maybe different years, but y'all went to the same school, right? And for you who this is like a renewal, of a connection of somebody that you used to know. Maybe back then y'all were just friends, right? Or maybe you were dating somebody else and they were dating somebody else, and now y'all are seeing each other and sparks are flying. That kind of thing happens. But there is a level of nostalgia that's going to be like a bonding between the two of you. And that's what I'm seeing here. It's going to be an emotional bond because of a specific place. That's what I'm getting. For one of you, you might be re entering into the dating scene. So that might be something that is going to be brought up. Like, oh, like you're divorced, right? You're going to talk about that. It's coming out in the cards. You divorced. You went for a divorce. So maybe both of you are divorced at this time. That might be another thing that you are going to bond on here. That's what I'm seeing here. So, it seems like past relationship issues seems to be something that y'all are going to end up bonding over. And you know what? I am seeing this as being a fated meeting because you do have fate card. The fate card is coming out. You do have the Six of Cups coming out. Enlightenment is coming out. So it makes me feel like, this was destined to happen. This is a fated connection. Yes. For one of you, you might not want to hear this, but I am getting that there's going to be something about this person that is going to remind you of an ex. So for you who, this is not your energy, like you are not re entering into the dating scene, and this person is, because it very well could be that kind of situation as well, right? You're being guided to just be sensitive and slow with this person, let them set the pace, because they might have some fear or anxiety for, getting back into the scene again, right? So just talking to you might be, a little nerve wracking, or they might be nervous or something, right? Yeah, that's what I'm getting. And if this person doesn't remind you of your ex, then it very well could be their energy where there's something about you that reminds them of their ex, right? Doesn't have to be a bad thing. It could be looks. It's like somebody I know, their first wife and their second wife look alike. And he married both of them. So he married two women that were not only looked alike, but they both act a lot alike. Mm. So yes, I am getting that this person is going to need some time for healing. If this person is the one that recently got a divorce, okay? I am seeing this connection coming together, and I'm feeling like there's going to be a lot of attraction here, a lot of chemistry between the two of you, and not just that, but there's going to be this feeling of peace between the two of you. Like I'm getting like you're really going to enjoy being around this person. That's what I'm getting. Like this so it's not just going to be a feeling of nostalgia with this person, but it's also going to be this feeling of like you could be yourself kind of energy, and you could flirt and be yourself and be okay. Because Aries like to flirt. So, you know what I'm saying? Aries likes to flirt a little bit, just a little bit, right? And so you're going to feel very free to be able to do that with this person. I really don't need to verify anything in this reading. This is a fated connection, I feel, okay? With that energy coming out. I do feel like this is a new chapter in your life with this card coming out, a new journey. That's what I'm getting. So, and a lot of communication. So, you and this person might find yourself talking a lot online. So like maybe y'all are gonna add each other's social media or something like that, and start talking online or something like that. So it's not just like you're gonna see this person walking by. It's more too that y'all are gonna be talking online as well. I do feel very strongly that you're gonna feel um a very strong emotional connection to this person. It looks like y'all are gonna be bonding on different things. And it's not just you, it's going to be them too. Like, y'all are both going to be bonding, by the nostalgia, your past divorces, getting back out there and putting yourself out there again, that kind of energy. Even though you might not be, this might be like your first time talking to somebody, kind of like in a relationship kind of sense, right? That kind of energy. And plus too, bonding over this energy of having this new beginning in life. Ending one chapter, starting a new chapter. So I do feel very strongly that this is fated for the both of you, and it's gonna be good. It's going to be good, and it's going to be healing for both of you, because this card is also indicative of healing. So I think it's going to be healing for both of you. I do feel like with this card coming out, there's going to be a lot of passion between the two of you, and maybe even a little bit of impulsivity, things like that, right? Mm. Okay, that's what I have for you. For one of you, you might be moving into a new home, or maybe moving to another area or another zip code. Doesn't have to be very far at all. Okay. I do feel like this person is going to just enter your life out of the blue. Like you're just going to be walking by and be like, hey, don't I know you? That kind of energy. And then it's just going to start off like that. Mm-hmm. All right, Aries, this is your reading. Thank you for joining me, guys. Catch me in the next one. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Even if it's just an emoji, emojis help. Also, guys, I don't know if I've mentioned it, but I wanted to let y'all know that they are talking about that there's people are not going to be getting food stamps next month, and I have been seeing videos online. I don't know if y'all have been seeing videos, but I have been seeing videos where people are talking about raiding the stores and going in there and just, walking out with a buggy full of groceries, right? So I would highly suggest that, as we get closer to November, you might want to go ahead and go in there and, you know, get some stuff if you are able to, like, get a turkey now before they all get stolen. You know what I mean? Depending on where you live, right? Just go ahead and go get your corn and get your whatever it is that you eat for Thanksgiving, right? Because they're saying that it might not, this might be something that's gonna fall into Christmas too. So who knows what's gonna happen, right? So I was just wanting to mention that you might want to like just get things together, get some stuff for Thanksgiving before something happens. Because people are getting angry. People are coming out online and they're just saying all kinds of stuff. And one woman actually did this kind of sign that she was going to go to the White House, and I was like, what? And she did. She put in the camera. She made that motion with her finger, and I was like, whoa, that's kind of extreme. You know what I mean? So I wanted to mention that. Also, I wanted to mention that about 5 months ago, my daughter had a vision. It was a very detailed vision where she was talking about the GOV was going to create these camps for Americans, right? And she was talking about, I don't know if you heard it. I posted it. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking to post it again, where they were going to start harvesting our organs, and it was very detailed. But she was talking about how it was going to become, right? But she said that it was going to start with the homeless people, and then after they get through with the homeless people, they were going to start recruiting people from the general public, right? Like a laser was going to come out and tag you, and once you've been tagged, that's it. You have to go in, you know, and then each person was going to be sent to a different camp. Some people were going to be sent to one camp for organ donation. Some people were going to be sent to like work type of places where you have to work, you have to be forced to work and stuff. And she was talking about all these things. I mean, she goes into a lot of details. As soon as she came out of the vision that she had, I gave her the thing to start recording. Ever since she started having visions, um, I've been doing that now. Trying to catch it quickly before she starts forgetting any kind of details of what she saw or what she heard, or you know what I mean. And it's very interesting because now they're talking about doing that. And when I saw the video, I was like so surprised. I was like, oh my gosh. See, because when she had the vision, we thought that she was talking about something that was going to happen way in the future. We didn't realize 5 months ago that she was talking about something that was going to start now, 5 months later, But they are talking about that now, where they're talking about putting homeless people in encampments and making them work. And it's like, oh my gosh, that's exactly what she was talking about, And she was saying how it was going to start like that. And then after they do whatever it is they're going to use these people for. They're going to, like organ harvesting, free labor, things like that, right? Then once they move from there, then they're going to start doing it to the general public. So, like, we could just be going to the bank or something, and all of a sudden we get tagged. And that's it. Once you're tagged, you have to turn yourself in. And then from there, they will tell you where you're going to go. And that's it. You have to go. So it was, her vision is so scary. And it's getting more scary now that I'm seeing it happening in real life. So they're talking about, I know they're talking about doing it here in Texas, which is insane. It's scary because, look, I mean, so many people are on the streets. There are so many people who are homeless, and there are so many people who are just an inch away of becoming homeless. I mean, I think most Americans right now are, just a paycheck away from being homeless. So this is really scary times that we're living in. I would highly suggest you go and check out that. If you haven't heard her vision, it's about an hour, over an hour long video where she talks about so many details about how they're going to do it, what they're going to do, and what she saw in her vision. And it was just, wow. It was like, it was crazy. And it was scary, actually. And she talks about how Texas, oh, that's another thing. She was talking about how Texas is going to become its own country and not do that. You know, Texas is going to be one of the states that is not going to want to be part of that, which is crazy because it's actually starting here. You know what I mean? They're talking about starting it here, so I don't understand. I don't understand how it's going to start here, and but down the road we're going to separate from the rest of the country because of it. So maybe because we're, I don't know. I can only speculate. I'm not going to say my speculations, but um, it really is scary. So if you would like to see that video, I think I'm going to post it. I think I'm going to put it as a post. So keep your eyes open for that because I do have it on Ninja Tarot Gang. It's on that channel. It was 5 months ago. And it's titled My Daughter's Vision. But I do plan to spit out a post and have it on there so you could check it out if you haven't. And also, I'm I'll also try to see if I can do it. I'm not sure if I can, but give links to these videos where they're talking about rounding up homeless people. And you know what, guys? I'm just going to say this really quickly, okay? But I remember 10 years ago, it was about 10 to 12 years ago, they were talking about white trucks that were going around and picking up homeless people. And they were saying this, I don't know if y'all remember this, but they were saying that homeless people were just disappearing. This one woman, she's the one that is the first one that started talking about it. She was really upset because one of her friends was a homeless person, and every single morning when she was going to work, she would bring him a coffee, and he was always ready to, be there to get his coffee. And she would take him, other things like maybe a donut or omelet or whatever, right? And they would sit down before she had to go to work, and they would chit chat, and it was part of their routine. And all of a sudden, he wasn't there anymore. And she's like, wait a minute. So she called around, she called the jail, she called the hospitals. Nobody fit that description. Nobody could find him, right? And eventually she did find his buggy where he had all his stuff, and she knows. She said she knows 100% that that's his buggy, because most of the things that were in there were things that she had given him over the years. Gifts that she had given him. She said he would have never left that behind and just disappeared. Something happened to him. Well, when she started speaking about it, then other people in her area started saying, hey, you know what? That's right. There was a person, then they started talking about like people in their areas who were disappearing. You know what I mean? In the same city though. Okay. So this was like all in the same city. So like one person was on the east side and the other person was on the west side. And they're like, yeah, you know what? I'm on the other side of town. And, we used to have this person here and they're gone. And we can't find them. And then they were finding their stuff, and they're like, wait a minute, here's their stuff. I used to go to work downtown in San Antonio, and there used to be this homeless man. I used to talk to him every night. And same thing, I used to give him cigarettes and, buy him a soda and stuff. He didn't drink coffee. And I don't drink coffee. That was one of the things we had in common. And I used to buy him sodas and stuff like that. If he would have disappeared, right? If he would have disappeared, I would have known it. He didn't disappear, but if he had, I would have known it. I would have noticed. You know what I mean? And I don't know. Something really weird was going on back then, and now they're talking about this. Putting people in camps and putting homeless people in camps. What are they gonna do? Everybody's gonna be homeless pretty soon. The way that everything's going. So seriously, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna put the whole country in a camp? Like what is this? And it's like, what are they talking about? Is this like some kind of free labor that they're trying to do? I don't know. I don't like the sound of this, especially because of her vision. It actually really scares me. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be posting that post for y'all. If you missed it, it's a really interesting vision. And you know what? I had a vision. I'm gonna talk to y'all about it right now. I had a vision, but I had this vision a long time ago. The thing about visions is sometimes I'll have a vision, and then like a whole year, 2 years later, I'll have the same vision again. And then a year later, I'll have the same vision again. Um, the thing about that I want to say is that I've noticed since I was a real little girl that when I would start having the same vision, and the closer that the vision were getting from each other, like if I had the vision and then I had it again, like say that, okay, for instance, I had a vision about the twin towers, right? The first time I had that vision, I was very young. I didn't even have kids the first time I had that vision. So of course, when I had that vision the first time, I was running, even though I was nowhere near New York, but I was running in my vision, and I thought we were getting bombed because I didn't understand what was going on. I just knew people were falling from the sky and there was fire. So in my vision, I thought we were getting bombed. And then when my oldest daughter was born and I had the vision again, I was running with her in my arms. Then when my second daughter was born, I was running carrying both of them, right? So each time my vision changed depending on what was going on. But the closer we got to September 11th, the closer and closer my visions were coming to me. So it was like they were coming faster and faster and faster until boom, the day came. And then I was like, oh, that's what I was seeing. You know what I mean? Oh, I thought we were getting, I could swear, I was, I had everybody saving water and everything because I thought we were going to get bombed. I mean, that's what I really believed. I didn't, I didn't see no planes or anything. I had no idea what was going on up there in the sky. I just saw what was going on in the streets, right? Okay. The point I'm trying to make about this is that she's been waking up having visions, right? So her visions are becoming almost daily, right? So that means according to what I understand from my own visions, it means we're getting closer and closer to the times that these things are going to happen. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, the vision I had this vision long time ago and I keep having it in my dream, and I'm not sure if I've mentioned it here or not, but I'm going to tell you. In my vision, I was walking down the street in New York, and Trump came on the television. And this is before, and guess what? I had this vision before Trump even became president the first time. Yeah, I wasn't even living here where I'm living at now. I was living actually in San Antonio the first time that I had this vision. But anyways, this is when he was just first. The first time I had this vision was actually when he was first talking about running, right? So, anyways, in my vision, I was walking down the street, and he came on the television, and it was a window, like a glass display, and it had a bunch of old timey televisions like from the 50s and 60s, the old television sets. And me and everybody, all these people came and wanted to see what was going on. And there was so many people on the streets. Like people were just walking around everywhere, right? And they pushed me because I'm kind of short. So they pushed me to the back. So I had to like squeeze myself between their hips so I could like squeeze through, right? So I squeezed through so I could get to the front so I could see. And I Trump didn't say anything, and I was like, first he was like talking, and I couldn't hear what he was saying, but I know he was talking, and then he just like stopped, and he just like stared into the camera, like he froze, like he got electrocuted or something, right? And he just froze with his mouth open, and I was like waiting for him to say something, and I couldn't hear anything. All of a sudden, it was like I couldn't hear anything. Something happened. I don't know what happened, but I wasn't able to hear. It was like it's like I lost my hearing. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I lost my hearing or something, and I was like waiting for a reaction, and I noticed people around me were moving, so I got I stopped watching him Trump on television. I turned and people around me were going crazy. And people started attacking each other. And I zoomed in, I saw this man and these women were attacking him and they were like taking his clothes off. And I was like, what is wrong with these people, right? And I turned and I saw a woman. She was, you could tell she was screaming. I didn't have to hear her. I could see that she was screaming because of her face was turning red and her mouth was open. So I know she was screaming. And the men were taking off all her clothes. And I thought, oh my gosh. So I zoomed in over there, right? Because it was like all this chaos was like people all over the streets were just going crazy, right? And I thought, oh my gosh, they're gonna, do something to this poor woman, right? You know what I'm thinking, right? There's these men taking off her clothes. You know what I'm thinking they're gonna do, right? No, they take off all her clothes, left her in her undies, and took off running with her stuff. And there she is with nothing on, screaming, and she's like holding her breast, and she's like trying to cover herself. They took her clothes off of her body and took off running, and I was like, what the heck? What is this? And I turned back and I saw these two girls, and I say girls, they could have. I say girls because I think they were like 18 years old, or maybe younger, and they were like taking this man's clothes off of him, and they were taking his shoes and stuff, and he was trying to fight back. And I zoomed in, and I was like, what I mean by zoomed in, if you're curious what I mean, it's like when I see something, and when I'm in a vision and I see something, I don't know how I do it actually, but I could like zoom in closer to get a closer look, right? So it's like my whole body goes closer to that area, to that place, to what it is that I'm focused on, right? It's really weird. It's not like I walk. No, it's more like zoom, I'm there, right? Anyways, and I saw the man and I was like, why is he wearing sunglasses at night? And I was like so confused. I was like, why is he even wearing those? I, I don't know why. That was the weird thing. Out of everything that was going on, my curiosity was like, why is he wearing sunglasses at night? That's so weird. And I asked God, I was like, what am I seeing? What is this? And then all of a sudden, now this I didn't do. I got zoomed, like I got sucked. And the next thing I know, I was on the beach. And I looked to the right of me and I was like, and I looked to the left and I was like, okay. And I was looking at the sky and I could see the birds dancing in the sky. It was beautiful, right? I love the beach. But I still couldn't hear nothing. Okay, I couldn't hear anything. But I was at the beach and I could see the birds dancing. It was a beautiful blue day. I mean, the sky was beautiful. The sun was out. It was just a gorgeous day. And I looked to the left, I looked to the right. On both sides of me, for as far as I could see, I didn't see not one person. Nobody. I was completely alone. And I was like, okay, which is weird, right? Because I knew where I was. I was in the Gulf of Mexico. I was in the Corpus, not necessarily at Corpus, but I was like in the Port Aransas, Corpus area, right, of the beaches there. And I was like, okay, this is weird because I have never seen, even in winter time, when we've gone, in the winter to the beach, there's always people there fishing or picking shells or doing something, right? So even in winter time, you'll see people at the beach in Texas. And so I thought that was so weird. And I was like, okay, God, so what am I here for? Like, what am I supposed to see? Just when I asked that, I kid you not, all of a sudden the earth underneath my feet started shaking. And I like jumped back. People came from under the sand. I know, sounds crazy. But people were underground, were coming up out of the sand. And these were everyday looking people. It wasn't like a military, if you I don't know. I just would expect them to be looking like military, but they weren't. These were like grandmas and grandpas and everyday people, just young people and older people, and just people just coming as they were, basically. Like ladies coming in with house gowns, not nightgowns, but house gowns, the ones that the ladies wear around the house, house gowns, and people wearing shorts and t-shirts, and they all looked American. That's another thing. These people all dressed American. They looked like Americans, and they were coming. And I looked, and it was like they all like were summoned at the same time. It was like something had said, "Okay, rise," and everybody just like stood up at the same time. And I was like, whoa. And I was like, God, what am I looking at? And I turned to look at the water. There was people coming out of the water that they had some kind of tubings, and the people that were under the sand had some kind of tubing that they had in their mouth. Yeah. Some of them looked Chinese. Some of them looked Hispanic. Some of them looked, I don't know where, I mean, they just looked like everyday people. They didn't look anything specific. Some looked Asian, you know? It just looked like normal people, right? And I looked in the water. People were coming out of the water with this tubing still in their mouth. Yeah, and they were walking, and I followed two of them. I don't know why I followed these two. For whatever reason, they caught my eye, so I was watching them. I wanted to see why. What were they doing? And I followed them. I followed two of them, and they went to this mobile home. And one of them stood on the other one's shoulders and was looking inside the window. And he cut the window, the screen of the window. And the one that was at the bottom pushed the other one in through the window. And I followed the guy into the house. And there was a woman that had a sofa. Like, here was her kitchen. And she had a sofa that was facing, like, her kitchen was like an open type of kitchen, and her back was facing the kitchen, and this was the hallway that we came in through the window, right? And then she had a big TV that was facing this way, so she was watching that, and her back was turned toward us. And if you went straight, you could see that there was another hallway there on the other side of the living room. And he went and he slit her, you know, and I was like, whoa. And then he signaled like this to somebody that was in the hallway, and then another guy, I don't even know where he came from, but another guy showed up in the hallway, and he like snuck down the hallway toward the other side, the other hallway. Yeah. They were the people in that mobile home. That's what I'm saying. This is why I'm telling you, they didn't look like they were army or anything like that. They looked like average people. And I'm not saying all of them were doing that. I'm just saying that the two that I followed did that. Um, I don't know, but in my vision, I knew that this was something that was going on all around. Like, it wasn't just an isolated case, that these two just like stood up from the sand, went there, and that was just an isolated case. No, it was like I knew that everybody that came from that sand in the water was doing their own thing like that. So, in my vision, I believe that Trump got pew pew. That's what I believe. Yeah. And the reason why I believe that is because when I was a little girl, I witnessed people getting, you know, and it would make sense that I would, how's the word? I don't know. You know, when you've been traumatized, like me, I was traumatized over and over and over again since I was really little. And I saw a lot of people losing their lives, you know, in very violent ways, right? So when you go through that kind of trauma over and over again, and then you witness it again, it's kind of like how do I say this? Well, for me, okay, I don't know how it is for everybody, but for me, it kind of feels like I go into a bubble. Like, if I see something, right, that is traumatizing, that is similar to a trauma that I experienced before, and I get into a bubble. And sometimes I have a hard time hearing. Um, I don't know how to explain this. I honestly don't know how to explain it, but I feel that that's what happened, and that's why I couldn't hear anything that was going on around me. I became like numb, I guess, or detached, would be another word I would call it, like detached. So anyways, I think that's what happened, and I think that's what's going to happen. And this is just my own opinions because of my reaction. I mean, it's not like I saw anything in the screen. I was still anticipating him to say something. You know what I mean? When I was looking at it, I was still waiting for him to say something. And then everybody else around me reacted, but I couldn't hear anything. But the people around me became really upset and started fighting with each other. There was people fighting everywhere. Ooh, I forgot to tell y'all something else. I'm sorry, I skipped a whole big part there. After I saw that, right? Before I went to the ocean, okay? There's a middle part here that I completely forgot to tell y'all. That happened at nighttime, right? Or like when it was getting dark or it was already nighttime, right? When that happened to Trump and everybody started fighting, right? Well, I stayed there and I forgot to mention this part. I was there and I saw a long street that had lots of houses, but they weren't like our houses in Texas, you know? Like my house is over here, my neighbor's house is like, I don't know, like 200 feet away from me or something like that. These houses were really close, like this, like maybe touching each other, completely touching each other, or there was just like a sidewalk room between the houses. That's how close they were to each other. Like the only thing you could fit is just a small sidewalk, right? And the houses were two-story houses, which in Texas you don't normally see two-story houses. You usually see one-story houses. Now recently, like in the past 20 years, they started building two-story houses, but these houses are not like Texas made type of houses. These were the kind of houses that I seen in movies that were made like in New York, Philadelphia, that area. And what I saw is I saw men that were dressed in white and they had mask on, hazmat type of clothes on, and they were going inside the houses. And for as far as I could see down that street, there was people going inside houses and they were dragging people out by their feet. They were dragging babies out, children, and they were stacking their bodies in the middle of the street. And a truck was coming and picking them up and moving the bodies like that. Yeah. And that's all I saw. I just saw that and it really upset me, especially when I saw the babies. You know what I mean? Yeah. And anyways, then after that, I asked God, what am I seeing? What happened? Why are all these people why are they gone? What happened to them? And then God took me to the ocean. I forgot to tell y'all that middle part. That's the one thing I forgot to tell you. But the thing is that I believe that something's gonna happen to Trump, and I believe what my vision meant is that we're gonna get invaded after something happens to Trump. And I believe that something's going to happen. I'm not sure what it is, but something's going to happen. Why those people passed away and why so many in the neighborhood passed away and their bodies have to be stacked in the middle of the street. Something's going to happen. So what I'm trying to say is that get ready. Yeah. Just get ready, Aries. Do what you got to do, but get ready. I highly suggest you turning off everything in your house. Everything. Turn off everything. And pretend like you don't have electricity. Pretend that you don't have electricity to pump water into your house. Pretend that you don't have a way to cook your food. Like, just pretend. Okay? Go to your breaker, turn it off, do what you gotta do, or just unplug everything in your house and just role play as though something's happening. And this way you could figure out what it is that you necessarily need. Because remember, if the electricity goes out, what are you going to need to drink? Or what are you going to need to get water? Or, you know what I'm saying? So start figuring these things out now before something happens. Okay? And then if nothing happens, then nothing happens. Everything's fine. So if you have extra cans of soup, then you're just going to eat them. If you have extra toilet paper, then you're just going to wipe your butt with them and that's it. It's not going to be a waste. Um, but I do suggest you getting like batteries or I don't know, just be ready for anything. You might want to start looking into power banks, distillers, so you can have water to drink, right? Because you could die without water. So you're gonna want like a distiller. I can't think of anything else. There's different kinds of ways that you can clean water. Like you could get ocean water and clean it through a system and have drinking water. So I don't know what they're called. I want to call them distillers, but I know they're not distillers. But just check into anything. Just check out, all that kind of stuff and see what it is that you need because I don't know. Something weird is coming. And between me and my daughter's visions, I don't know, something's happening. That's all I'm going to say. Something's coming. Something's happening. Something's going on. Something weird is going on. I don't know. It just seems like we're being I want to say like we're being cattled into a direction. If that makes, I hope that makes sense. Like we're being, how they do with cattle, right? The dogs will go around the cattle and get them to unite and get them to go in a certain direction where they want them to go, right? It feels like that. It feels like we're getting cattled into something. And I'm not 100% sure exactly what because my visions are like the ones I just explained to you, I can only speculate what they mean. It's like when I was having the vision of September 11th, I thought, you know what I'm saying? I thought we were getting bombed because that's what it looked like. Because I was only seeing, because in a vision, you only see a piece of everything that's going on, right? So my daughter, her visions are way more detailed than my visions are. My visions are like that, like I just explained to you, where I just zoom, right? Her visions are like very detailed. That's why I try to catch her. As soon as she has them, I'm starting to catch her. And hers are very detailed. Hers, I mean, she can explain how and why and this and that. Um, so I highly suggest you go listen to that reading. Oh, it's not a reading, but her vision. So, anyways, guys, I just wanted to let y'all know that. Get ready, okay? Because we don't know what's gonna happen. Okay, we have no idea. I think right now with everything that's going on, our whole society is on a very, very thin ice. Like one little pressure here can cause a whole domino effect across the country. I mean, that's how sensitive I think our foundation is here. I guess that would be the right word. Foundation. It just seems like we're falling apart. Our country's falling apart. And I think the better off, I think we would all be better off if all of us were to get as prepared as we can get. So, yeah. That's all I want to say. If you're still here, I really appreciate you staying with me this whole time. I just really wanted to tell y'all all this. I'm gonna go and post that for y'all. I would like for y'all to see it, hear it. I mean, it's just really her talking about it, and check it out. I'm also gonna find the links to the videos I'm talking about them talking about this. It's creepy. It's scary. Okay. Anyways, guys, y'all take care. Enjoy the rest of your day and consider what I said. And y'all take care. Bye bye.